Hello, my name's Julie from So Unique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. Well, a big welcome to everyone to episode 176, I think I'm on. I always forget to check what number vlog I'm on until I start filming. It's like, why don't I think of these things? But I hope everybody's had a lovely week. I hope you've managed to get some crafting done, whatever it is you like making. I hope it's not been too hot for you wherever you are. It's been pretty warm here, I have to say. We were up to about 30 degrees, I think it was on Saturday, which was not very nice at all. So it has been quite a warm week, and the temperatures have been going up a bit each day. So even though I don't live far from where I work, it still feels like it's a long trek to get home in the heat when there's no shade whatsoever now. I know I've probably said before, all the trees have been taken down at one of the schools that I pass, so there's no shade whatsoever. And as I think most of you know, I don't really like the heat. So yeah, and I've had the hay fever symptoms. I have to say though, today I feel and sound a lot better than I have done. And this has been building up over the week. Each day I've just got a little bit worse, and come Saturday when I got in from work and I'd been shopping, I was feeling a bit rough, I suppose, with the hay fever. Feeling tired, feeling lethargic, and I know a lot of people have come back and said to me that's how they feel, and it's not nice. And Saturday night the temperature in the house was horrendous, which I'm sure a lot of people will have had the same. And of course got the fans on and everything, and the hay fever, and I'm like, did not sleep Saturday night. It must have been about 3 o'clock-ish. It was before it got light, and I know sort of coming up to 4 o'clock it's starting to get light, so I reckon it's about 3 to 2:30 when I got to sleep. So I didn't have a great deal of sleep, and the hay fever symptoms had really sort of hit me on the Sunday morning, so I felt dreadful all day Sunday. My eyes were running, my nose was running, and I'm thinking, when is this going to end? Because I think thinking, what on earth are the temperatures going to be like sort of for Sunday, for Monday onwards? And I'm thinking, oh dear, don't fancy going through the week with this. Anyhow, Sunday it was a lot better. It was cooler outside, but the house was very, very hot still. So that didn't, it wasn't till the evening till the temperature dropped in the house. And I did feel a little bit better, but no, with the hay fever and the tiredness, it's not a good combination. But I did have a good night's sleep Sunday. I got woken up though when Kevin was going to work to come to say bye, and that woke me up and I didn't go back to sleep. I think if I'd have been left alone I might have slept on for a bit longer. But Monday, temperatures have dropped, the house is cool, which is lovely. I am feeling better in myself. The hay fever doesn't feel quite as bad, even though I haven't had runny eyes today so much. I've had the runny nose though, but not as bad as yesterday. So Saturday, Sunday, I did not really get as much crafting done as I had planned. I had planned to do sewing and crochet over the weekend, but it just was not meant to be. So I have done my best through the week to do some. So yeah, I've got a few bits to show you. I have been making some more baskets, and I had been working on my crochet. So I think what I'll do is I'll start off with the crochet because that is sat on my lap. So I have got my large petal basket here that I made the other week, and if you watched last week you will know that I'm taking part in the Petal Patchwork Blanket Cal from Signet Yarns. So that's the blanket. And this week we have been doing these squares. 4 squares in a square. So there were 16 squares to crochet, which has taken me a while to do, but I persevered and I got on with them, and I managed to get them all done. So this is my little pile, and I mean I've blocked them, but I didn't spritz them or anything. I just put them on the blocking board with the pegs in and just left them, and they've shaped up. They've got a nice shape to them now. My daisies look a bit flat though, but never mind. I can't be bothered to keep popping them through. So they are all the same colours. So yeah, we've got 16 small squares, and I've had a look at the pattern, so I think I'm quite likely to fall behind. But I did enjoy working with this cotton yarn. It was really nice, but my fingers have ached a bit because I think I've done a bit more. To me this is fiddly crochet because all the ends I've had to stitch in, and I suppose really I should have crocheted my ends in, but I didn't. But I think I'm going to have to try. But the colours are really nice. I like these. So I'm looking forward to next week's bit that we're doing. So like I say, I'm not sure what that's going to be, but there are some squares that have just got a little tiny flower in the centre, and then we've got other squares that have got that sort of big ruffled flower in there, which I have done something like that before when I was doing the lily pond blanket, but that's 10 years ago, so I should remember how to do it. But I'm glad she'd got some video tutorials, because I was looking at the pattern and I'm thinking, oh gosh, what does that mean? But it was okay, because I mean obviously on the pattern sheet it doesn't explain to you how to do the bobble stitch, but you've got that on a separate sheet, so I had to refer to that. But once I'd watched the video I thought, oh yeah, I see that now, I see it. So I read through the pattern and thought, yeah, I get it. And I've managed to do all the squares. I haven't even bothered looking at the pattern because I've actually got it in my head for a change, so I have enjoyed it. But I have got sore fingers, I must admit, and it does show you as well on the pattern how to join all your squares together, which is helpful, especially if you don't know, if you're a beginner to crochet. But yeah, so that's a picture there. So like I say, the pattern is free on the Signet website and on Emma Cat Crochet. She's a designer for the blanket, and I have got some of the yarn sets on the website as well if anybody's interested. And I am keeping it in my bag at the minute. The squares are sat in there, but obviously I think as I go through, do more and more squares, I'm not going to be able to put more in there. But I am enjoying it, and I am definitely going to try my very best to keep up with it each week, but I think I might be beaten on that. It might take me a little bit longer, but I don't mind. I don't mind. At the end of the day, I can't do everything. I've got other things to do. I have to go to work as well, so I've got all that to do. Oh, right. Well, sewing. I will show you a little something that I have been doing. I haven't finished this yet. Sorry for the rustling, but it's this scissor case and there's a pin cushion to go with it. Now this is a sample that I was given when I ordered some kits, and I've got these kits in stock in the shop, so I think they're on the website. Did I put them on the website? I think I did. I think they're on the website. So I decided, I think it was Friday, to start and cut this out. So I did. I haven't done all the stitching yet, but I've got 4 pieces of felt here, 2 of the teal and 2 of the brown, and I have made a start. I've got all the leaves are on. I've got a few of the little flowers on and they're all stitched down. I need to cut a few more flowers out, and then there's a little bit of stitching around each flower. I'm not sure if you can see. Yeah, if you look on there, you can see those. I think it's, I don't know if it's focusing. You can see some little yellow daisy stitches around the flower. So I've got that to do. So all being well, I might at least have this one finished for next week. We'll see, we'll see. And then I've got the little pin cushion to do. So that's there. Sorry about that, that was my phone ringing. So I don't know how much it filmed, but I'm going to have to chop that little bit out. As I was saying, hopefully I will get this part finished at least for next week. So we'll see how we get on. Sorry about that, I got a phone call again. So I ended up stopping and chatting for a little bit. So I think what I was saying, I finished off talking about the scissor kit, didn't I, and the pin cushion. So I don't know, I might get the pin cushion done next week, I don't know. Anyhow, I know I'm expecting another phone call shortly, so I think I'll just crack on until the phone goes again. Well, the only thing I've sort of purchased this week, I should say, is I have got my bias binding from the Specky Seamstress, which I've had this for a couple of weeks. I put it down, couldn't find it, so I found it today. So it's a panda, so I think that's very cute. So this is going to go into my stash. I've just paid for the next, well, probably for this month now, so that will be coming soon. So I am a little bit late in sharing this, but I think that's very cute, and yeah, looking forward to using it. Right, well, I think now we are onto the baskets that I've been making. So I've been making fabric baskets, and I've made 6 this week. That's all I've had time for, really. So the first one is this lovely yellow fabric that I showed you last week. Well, in the shop I've got this checked one, and I decided to put this green with it. It's got like a little stem in white, which looks very nice, and it looks like a picnic basket. Reminds me of Yogi Bear and the picnic baskets. But yeah, this is the small one, so I really like that, and I think I've got enough fabric left over to make another small, medium basket, I should say. So, and then I found a little bit of fabric out so I could make another one of the William Morris bags. So this is all the fabric gone now, so this will make up 2 on the website. So that's nice. Then I've got the blue one with the pink flowers on, fabric to show that I showed you last week. So I have made a basket out of this. I'm not sure if there's enough left to make another basket, or there might be some bits left. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to check when I get to work. But I've paired it up with this nice blue fabric from the shop, which I really like that one. It looks really nice, this one. So that's another medium. And then I had the red sheep fabric last week that I shared with you, and I have managed to do 2 baskets, and I've lined it with this nice rose fabric, because I was unsure what fabric to put with the sheep. I mean, if I'd have got a nice lighter colour fabric that got like balls of wool on, that would have been really nice, but I hadn't, because they were all colourful and I just thought it would be too much. But I think this one works well with the roses, and the red sheep. So yeah, there's 2 of them. And then I will have to probably put a photograph in of the next one, but I had a commission to make the Secret Garden and its window fabric, and the fabrics are all on the website. The lovely Emma got in touch with me and asked me if I'd make her a basket in that fabric. Now she's seen it because it was on the website, and she wanted a little notions pouch to go with it. So I cut out enough fabric so I could do 2. So this is the Secret Garden basket. So it's these lovely wild flowers, and this is the large basket, and it's lined with this, I don't know, it's probably, I don't know if you'd call it like petals or what, but it's really nice. That's part of the collection. And then the handle is in the daisies. So this is a large one. So all these bags will be on the website by the time this video goes live. And like I say, I will pop a little photograph in up here of Emma's basket with the pouch. And I've got one more thing to share with you, so I need to go and find it because I've gone and left it in the house. So I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back. The other thing I made over the week is the the iPad case for my iPad to go with my baskets that I made. So I managed to do this, and I didn't have any cord when I was at home. I forgot to fetch them up on what was it? I forgot to fetch it up on Friday, so I decided just to make a loop. It's not perfect, but it does work, so I'm happy about that. So that is the fabric, and I've put the little handmade button on. So I've used the Scottish theme fabric. So these are all the bits, so they're my pockets, and this is the pocket for my iPad, so that's off the big piece of fabric, and this is off the other big piece of fabric that I had. So I think that has turned out really well. I'm really pleased with it. And yeah, so this is like my holiday bag that I've got now. So I'm all sorted for when we go away, either a weekend or holiday. And I am actually going away for a few days, but not just yet, in September. Adele is trading at Pride event in Skegness, so she asked me if I wanted to go with her and her dad. So I said, why not? Kevin was expecting me to go and help, and I'm saying no, no, I'm just going because, yeah, it's a couple of days away. I'll find something to do. I'll take my nice new bags, do some crafting, take in the sights of Skegness. I haven't been to Skegness, I don't think, for a long time, really. Years. I used to go when I was young. But yeah, so are there any good fabric shops or yarn shops in Skegness? So if you've been recently or you live there, let me know down below what is in Skegness. So it would be nice to know, and then at least I can take myself off and have a wander around the town come September, because the event where Adele's at is, I don't know, I think it's about a 5-minute walk from the caravan site, so that'll be interesting. At least I can toddle off, and I think the sea is not far away neither from this site, so I might go and have a wander along the beach or something, unless it's hot, because if it's hot I'll not be going anywhere. I'll be hiding in the caravan with my fan. Oh dear me, I don't know. Anyhow, the last thing I've got to share with you is a little bit of crochet. All I've got is 6 squares, so this is awkward to show. As you know from last week, I just did up to the armholes, and now I'm starting on the back. So I've got 6 squares across, so I'm just going to work my way up the back. So I probably won't share this again with you. I was hoping to try and get 6 squares done a week just so I can keep going on this, but I'm going to have to see how I get on, especially with the other crochet and the weather. Yeah, so you're not going to want to see me doing 6 squares every week, because it's not, you know, it's not going to grow very fast that way. But yeah, I'll share it again when I've made a little bit more progress on it, but I am enjoying it. The colours will go with this dress as well. Right, well, I think that's probably about, oh no it's not, I've got something else to share with you. I was about to have finished, but I haven't, excuse me a minute. I've sorted out a little bit more fabric, ready to work on something else next week. Oh, excuse me. Just have a sip of water. Right, if you followed me for a... Sorry about that, phone call again, but it was a spam one. If you followed me for a while, you will probably recognise this fabric. I got it last year from York, I think it was, yeah. So this is the needle cord, so I thought I will pair it up with something out of the shop, some lining fabric, maybe a pink or something, I don't know. I'm going to have to see what I've got in the shop, and then I will make maybe some baskets or some pouches out of this. So that is one thing. Now the next fabric is this lovely one with pumpkins and flowers on, which I love this one, and I decided to pair it up with this deeper peach one. I'm going to say peach, I think that looks nice. I think that'll be nice as a basket. Yeah, because we've got spider webs on it, we've got flowers, we've got different shades of pumpkin, different shades of flowers, greenery. So I'm going to use that with that lining. And then the next one is this nice floral one. So this has got a little bit of, this has got pale peach in. So I'm going to use the paler peach one for the lining. So I'm going to use this up. So I'm trying to use some of my fabrics up. I mean, some of the fabrics are what I've got in the shop. I do take commissions, you know, people can go on the website and have a look at the fabrics and then request a basket or something making out of it. But I also have personal stash, so I am trying to use up some of my fabrics, because otherwise they're just sitting here doing nothing, and that's not what they've been bought for. So that should keep me busy over the week. Right, so that's about everything I've got to share with you. I hope everybody has a lovely week. Like I said, I hope the weather is going to cool down for everybody for just a bit. And I will see you all again next week. So take care everyone. Happy crafting, happy sewing, have a lovely week, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.